Hey, my name is Hannah, and today we'll be going over decimals. We will be going over the introduction of decimals and be able to identify ascending and descending order of decimals. So what is a decimal, you may ask? A decimal is a number expressed in a scale of tens. What is the decimal point? A decimal point is a dot or a point used to separate the whole part of a number from the fraction part of the number. So when do you use decimals? Decimals are used in money and weight, distance. You use decimals almost every day. You just may not realize it. So we are going to begin our lesson, and I'm going to start it by writing a decimal number on the whiteboard. Let's think about whole numbers first. So you have 4, 52, 320. Let's use 320 for an example. So you may be asked, what place value is the 0 in? The 0 is in the ones or unit. You could be asked, what place is the 2 in? 2 is in the tens. And then you could be asked, what place value is the 3? The 3 is in the hundreds. So you could have a problem with a decimal right here. Then you could have numbers right here. What could those numbers be? What would those numbers be called? So let's do 12. If you're asked, what is the name of this place value? This is the tenths place. Well, what place is the 2? The 2 is called the hundredths place. So you may see this block. This block is called a flat, and this is worth 1 whole. You may be given this figure, and this is called 1/10 or 0.1. The reason it is called 1/10 is because 1/10 of these make 1 whole, which means 10 of these rods equals 1 of these. Then you may be given a unit. You'll probably get more than 1 unit, but 1 unit is 0.01, and it is called 100 also, and it's called that because 100 of these equals 1 whole. 10 of these equals 1 rod. So we are going to model using our blocks. Say we are given the number 3.31. So you will get your blocks and use 1, 2, 3. So we have 3/10. 1, 2, 3, 1. 1 unit. So you may be asked some problems to list from least to greatest or greatest to least. So do not get confused on that because it can mess you up. So we're going to do an example. We're going to do 0.8, 0.3, and 0.5. So first we look at the first number. Well, you see they're all 3 zeros. So we look past decimal into the tenths place. We have 8, 3, and 5. Since we are doing least to greatest, we know 3 is less than 5 and 8. So we write down 0.3, mark out 0.3. Next, we have 0.5 and 0.8 left. We know 0.5 is less than 0.8, so that will be the next number that we write down. Mark 0.5 out, and all we have left now is 0.8. So let's do another example. Okay, so now this one, we are going to do greatest to least, so don't get confused on that one. 0.27, 0.13, 0.4. Okay, so once again, we are going to look at the first number given. And once again, it is 0. And we're going to look past the decimal in the tens place. So we have 2, 1, and 3. Since we are doing greatest to least, we know that 3 is greater than 1 and 2. So automatically, 0.34 will go first. So we can mark that one out. So we are left with 0.23, 0.13. We know 2 is greater than 1, so we will write down 0.27. Mark that one out, and we have left is 0.13. Okay, we have one more example, and we're going to do least to greatest on this one. So 2.7, 2.74, 3.3. Okay. Again, look in the first number, 2, 2, 3. Since we are doing least to greatest, we will look at first number. And since we already know 3 is greater, we will save that one for last, so put that one over here. But you noticed that 2.7, 2.74. Well, you notice the first two numbers are the same. So if you're confused by this, anytime there's a 0 right there, it's going to be dropped. So to help you, if you are confused, you can always draw an imaginary 0 to help you. So you have 2.70, 2.74. Well, 2.70 is less than 2.74. So 2.70, mark that one out. And now we have left 2.74. And we know the third one is the largest. And that's all for the examples. So in this lesson, we will be doing a group activity, and I will give you a worksheet, and you'll be graded on completion, participation, understanding, and accuracy. Let's get started.